I'm Dylan Catlett, and I'm the director for H.P. Lovecraft's The Hound. This was a film I did in my junior year of high school when I was taking Video Production 1. Um, I think this is probably one of the worst movies I've ever made, not because the original story that I adapted was bad, it was because we had a lot of time constraints, a lot of budgetary constraints, a lot of things limiting us while we were making this movie, and it was pretty much all shot within one day. And then when I got home later that night, that's when I edited it. I don't think I went to school the next day, but I did spend the whole night pretty much editing it. The editing was okay. I just thought that what we had, what we were working with, was just really bad. I mean, just look at this shot right here. I mean, my friend, he's way too tall for to even be in the shot. He's like 6'3". I'm 6'2" now, but I was about 6'1" at the time, so I'm short enough to be in the frame, but he wasn't. So here we go. We're walking. We shot the last scene at his house, and now we're at the Laguna Niguel Regional Park. And I think this shot was nice, but um, yeah, this was a nice shot, but I think it was kind of strange because the other one wasn't rocking. But here, this gravestone, it's not really a stone, it's just a piece of cardboard that we cut out. Um, I'm not really a fan of the dialogue I had in this movie. He did okay, my friend, but my dialogue, I seemed like a really uppity type of mean person, and that actually wasn't what I was trying to go for. See here, you can tell the gravestone's propped up by that log. He's digging up something. I wasn't sure if this was illegal or not, digging stuff up on government land, but okay, this is weird. He was digging something up, and now it's yeah. See, another reason this movie I didn't like. That's a good shot right there. But the reason I didn't like this movie is probably the constraints we had. Like I said earlier, in the original story, there's an amulet that they're supposed to be stealing from the grave, but we didn't really have an amulet. We had a stuffed animal as like I guess the best we could come up with. That animal is actually still buried there. That stuffed animal. Maybe at some point I'll go and dig it up again. I don't know. Um, Kind of an uncomfortably long blackness here. And yeah, I want to say this was, even though it's an adaptation of the H.P. Lovecraft story, it's a very loose adaptation. I mean, I don't know if they like I really how do I say it? I mean that see I didn't even that's not even something I shot. That last photo of the paw print. That's just something I found on Google. But yeah, but this is very loosely adapted. Plenty of things we added that weren't actually in the book or just sort of mentioned very nonchalantly by the author. And coming up is, it might have already played. No, no, it's about to play. It's it's the Agent Smith laughing sound from The Matrix. I couldn't really find a really creepy laugh. Yeah, and it sounded okay listening to it on YouTube, but when I downloaded it and put it in the movie, it just sounded really bad. And I think this is a good shot right here. Walking through the dark house. This is my friend's house, by the way. Lots of clutter everywhere. He didn't want to film here, but my apartment at the time was a lot more cluttered, so that wasn't an option either. Yeah, that was another good shot. I do think that the cinematography of this movie really was really good at some points. Obviously, there's some really bad shots, but this was not one of them. My favorite shot was probably the thumbnail, sort of. Not really the thumbnail, but the preview image I have on my website, Catlit Cinema. That was probably the best shot where they're looking over the grave. Here I am, sitting in a rocking chair, drinking a Coca-Cola. And then my friend, he gets caught by this beast. You know, you're about to see what happens to him. It literally tears his arm off. Well, we don't see that, but we see the aftermath. You can see, we didn't even bother making fake blood, really. We just had ketchup. Ketchup. You could see it right next to his arm, and we didn't even have any like real proper gore. Just we stuffed his arm into the jacket. Looks really bad. And you could see if you rewind the video, you can see that we kind of left the ketchup bottle as an Easter egg by the garage door. So if anyone wanted to have a laugh, they could see the ketchup bottle, like, oh, that's what they use. So here I am looking at this is supposed to be a newspaper, but it's actually just I think it's just a bunch of ads for a hardware store of something. And coming up as an effect, um, here it is. I think in a few seconds. Yeah, I do like this effect. It could have been done a lot better, but it turned out better than I thought it would have. Um, the zooms in on a fake article I made online and then blurs it out. I like that. And here's, I think, another monologue. I'm supposed to be writing something on the desk. I don't even know if I was writing anything. I don't remember. Might have just been pretending to write. And then there's the monster at the door. I'm like, oh no, the monster's gonna get me. Better arm myself, right? So I don't know if it was like a beer bottle. There's a lack of continuity within the shots. I should have been reaching for the bottle already, but I went back to writing, as you can see. Another reason this movie wasn't really one of my best. Here I am with the bottle, um, shaking at the show how scared I am. I don't know if I really convinced anybody. No, here's a monster. It's gonna come get me through the door. Ah! And there's another cool text effect I had. It's kind of shaking, kind of ghostly almost. That was done with Red Giant Universe. Same with the intro, the introductory um, the introductory credits and the titles and stuff. Anyway, that's the I guess thus concludes my commentary um, about this horrible video I made. Perhaps in the future I'll revisit it and make it a lot better than it was. This movie was a really good example of why you need to really plan stuff out ahead and not do it last minute. And if you have any unreliable people that want to work on the movie, maybe it's best not to include them. Anyway, this is Dylan Catlett signing off.